Yeah, I think important as well, just to frame the way you've characterised the report as saying we're not on track for climate neutrality. The report is primarily about the policy framework from 2030 to 2050. So that's something which we're working towards, and it also looks at how we reach our 2030 goals. So in general, what I can tell you is that the Commission welcomes this report and the advice on how to reach our 2030 targets and how to achieve climate neutrality by 2050. EU climate policies need to be grounded in independent scientific advice, and that's why we established this board, precisely to do that through the European climate law. The Commission broadly agrees with the findings and the recommendations of the report on the path to climate neutrality, and we will be taking them into account as we develop our recommendations for a 2040 emissions reductions target, which, as you know, is something we are working on at the moment. And as Commissioner Hoekstra has said earlier this week, we need to respect the red lines that are set out by the planet when we're establishing our climate policies. For the shorter term, the report is also generally in line with our own analysis about the work that needs to be done to reach the 2030 target to reduce emissions by at least 55%. And the Commission already published last year its Climate Action Progress Report, and it presented in December an assessment of Member States' national energy and climate plans and recommendations to Member States about how to improve those plans and align them with the targets. So, we have the legislative framework in place for this first step on the journey to climate neutrality, which is reducing emissions by at least 55% by 2030. That's in the Fit for 55 package. What we now need to do is work with Member States and with all stakeholders to deliver on what has been committed to and what we have legislated for. So we're clearly moving into the implementation phase of the European Green Deal now, and that's a shared task between the Commission and Member States for the rest of this decade. And then the next Commission, the next Parliament, will need to build out that policy framework, as I said, from 2030 through to 2050, which is the main focus of this report today.